emphatic statement. And the ADC, whatever, got less than 20%. The other ones, Labour Party, I don't know, almost zero. The signal that we sent there was that ADC and Labour Party are dead in Anambra. Now,
he's a frustrated person. You can see him. He came in, he's frustrated because he wants power at the age of 65. A two-time young governor, a former minister of FCT, still want to be in power.
I'm not going to enter any controversy. They will now say I'm like Governor Soludo, who is attacking everything Obi. I'm not attacking everything Obi. Obi did well as governor in my state.
Here in River State, Mahmoud worked under Wike as a secretary of Third Fund. So what you're having in River State is that APC, SDP and others are contesting election not against PDP, against INEC, against police.
ADC, Labour Party are dead. Peter Obi is a frustrated politician. Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, don't come and they blast everywhere after the by-election where ADC and Labour Party failed to clinch any good political position, in the just by-election. The big man has come out making a bold statement that these two parties, including Peter Obi, are dead. Say they are no longer in existence. I go play the full video where the big man talk. This will not be rumor. It's there everywhere. Meanwhile, Elrufai is doing social media politics. The fact that Elrufai is against, the big man Tinubu, is just because of his benefits, according to one northern politician. I go play the video. The guy don't come and they talk a lot. What is happening is because the SDP and the NNPP, those parties, that Elrufai championed, in the north also did not do so well. You get now, all of them are saying that this coalition is just a mere coalition. According to the guy also, Rotimi Amaechi, others that are in the coalition are just angry, hungry politicians who have not tested power for the past 30 years, and they are coming out, with the anger, to contest because their political relevance has reduced. I go play the full video for you guys to take a look at because this matter no be here. Meanwhile, Chris Ngige, the former governor of Anambra State, don't come out. So it be like saying Peter Obi be their wahala, and now they are blasting everywhere. According to Chris Ngige, say Peter Obi did not do anything new in Anambra State. According to him, say what Peter Obi did in Anambra State was his plan for Anambra State before he left office in 2006. You understand? Say what Peter Obi did was his plan. Peter Obi only followed his footsteps. You get the matter. Now, according to you, say he's not coming out to discredit Peter Obi, that Peter Obi did well, but then Peter Obi should stop going around spreading rumors that all he did was, by his power, that he himself left a huge amount of money for Peter Obi before he left office in 2006. The matter not be here. So Amaechi also came out to say something because this video, I'm going to be playing 4 clips for you guys to take a look at. Amaechi don't come out say this fight, the election in River State is not just in any kind of election. It's not an election against PDP. That this election is an election against INEC and the police because Mahmoud, the INEC chairman, has worked with Wike in River State before. You understand? I go play the video. You go hear the key position where Mahmoud don't handle for River State, during the time of Wike. This is to tell you that the Wike, is an agent of APC in PDP, ensuring that PDP is ruined. Yes. Imagine what happened in 2023 general election. We saw what happened and how he took the power and gave it to the votes were splitted, and we saw the rigging was very, very massive. Nigerian didn't ask questions about what happened. I go play the video now. First of all, listen to what Soludo says so they don't come and they yarn a lot. Obedient people. Now, you say una don't buy. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and on the comment section, I want to see the live. Let me know that okay, obedient we are still existing, because a lot of them say that they are not interested. They were not interested in the by-election, which is where I have issue. Obedience should be interested in every election because it is our way of gaining weight as we go into the 2027 general election. Listen to what Soludo said and don't forget to stay tuned because after this, I will play the next video of the big man, the northern politician who is criticizing Elrufai for being a social media politician.
Very consequential election in the history of APGA and in the history of Anambra State. For me, it was just another, by-election. Let's just go and have the votes. We are focusing on November 8th. In the first one, we had two consequential elections. The first one happened to be, Onitsha North, one constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly. They made it almost like a war. Some religious fanatics put themselves onto the fray. Very despicable. Because of our West like that. At an appropriate time, we'll respond to him. A book for whether it happens to be the constituency of the former presidential candidate of Labour Party. That's his state constituency. He lives in Onitsha. And all of them came. The senator representing the zone came. Even the senator representing Anambra Central threw himself into the ring. Member House of Reps, they threw themselves into the ring. It looked like this was an allied forces. They were coming. And who are they coming against? The people. They mustered all the allied forces. And you know what? The people of Anambra spoke. They wanted to use it as a testing ground for the new concoction called ADC in Anambra State. And guess what? That election came and APGA won 8/8. And we won with about 77%. Very emphatic statement. And the ADC, whatever, got less than 20%. The other ones, Labour Party, I don't know, almost zero. It's a signal that we sent there was that ADC and Labour Party are dead in Anambra. Now, APGA. Well, go Chapova. Usana Koko. If APGA na America. APGA Bogene. The new concoction called ADC demonstrated what they are about. They already bribed youth called polling agents, and they took the booklets and already comprinted ADC, and wanted to bring it in. Mana APGA, well, there. So, in Geneva, is that how ADC is going to govern Nigeria? By fraudulently, by comprinting ballot papers before the election. That's what ADC is about. ADC does not exist in Anambra. And we showed it yesterday in two major elections. They are not on ground. They have no support, even in their home, even in their polling unit. ADC, Association of what? I don't know what they are called. ADC. They had mere 2%. That's what they got. It says one thing, Labour Party is dead. And you know what is interesting as well? APGA defeated the Labour Party governorship candidate in his ward, defeated the ADC Labour candidate in his ward, who defeated all of them. It was a tsunami. Once you allow the vote to count, APGA will always win minimum 75%.
All right, you guys heard that, from the big man of Soludo. Over time, Soludo, this is not the first time Soludo is coming out to actually blast Peter Obi like this. He did it the last time, and Obedient did not find it funny with him. And they went all out, against him. If you're coming out, that was even when he was campaigning. Now it was a speech which he was giving after the APGA won all the seats in Anambra State. Yes, there were some issues where they even came out to accuse the APC of trying to, play violence in the poll, you understand, trying to rig the election. They did that. Now, this issue where this man they talk like this, they yarn everywhere, say ADC don't buy ADC, do this, peterobi is this and peterobi is that. Let's not forget what happened in 2023. Almost the same statements were arising when peterobi cleared all the votes in Anambra State. You get the gist. This is not, this is just another way of trying to gain relevance. I guess Soludo is using all of this to just try and build up his political motivation. Soludo is doing a good one, no doubt. But then he should stick to his work and stop, this politics that he's playing, all because Tinubu is his friend and all of that. And now on to the next, the one where they very, very worrisome. Over time, I've always seen these APC people coming out to say many things. You understand? Now, this one is particularly about Elrufai. Elrufai also came out one time ago on Twitter to accuse INEC and APC of, coming out with over 70 billion naira to rig election in Kaduna. Yes, and he also said that they were organized criminal thugs who were already positioned to actually fight people who come out to vote for other oppositions against the APC. And we saw what happened. APC won so many states, so many key positions in that state. I think they won about 3 or 4 seats in that particular state, Kaduna. Yes, this is what happened. That was what happened. And the big man said that before the election that they were coming. And this is what this Northerner said. It was in a counter statement against what Elrufai said. He came out in a video on the national TV. He said that Elrufai is just a frustrated politician. Yes, that ever since that Elrufai should be happy with what is going on, that the president, Tinubu has done a lot for the country, and at this point in time, all he should have done is to align with the president, because according to him, the present administration is stabilizing the Nigerian economy. The Nigerian economy is getting better under the present administration led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nigerians, let me know your opinion on this particular matter. Do you think this is actually true? Stay tuned, because after this video I want to show you like this here, the next one where they worry everywhere now, Chris Ngige, they don't find him way back to politics, talks again. I guess he wants to come out and contest. Understand? Maybe one of those reasons they are coming out with Peter Obi's name. We all know that anyone that mentioned Peter Obi's name, then go does a trend everywhere. Yeah, now watch the video and listen to what this guy said, because even me say I know to like Elrufai gave bad motive, which all what happened in Kaduna State when Elrufai was governor. Let's not go in detail, but that man was not a good man. He has been an anti-Peter Obi, always opposing every good thing Peter Obi did. In 2023, we saw how he projected Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I'm believing it. I have it 100%, the 100% conviction that this guy called Elrufai is only fighting, biting like a wounded dog, because he does not have a key position in the APC government. That is fact. You understand? Forget this one that is doing coalition. There are people with pure mind for a better Nigeria, not Elrufai in particular. Watch the video, guys, and I'll be right back.
I've seen the faces of all these press. You've been in Kaduna for ages. You know everybody. And there's no one that knows in and out of this country or the state like the press people. You know this is funny. You know who the short man is. And you know his record. People have known him now. Now he has gone back to even social media politics, propaganda, instigating, insulting. Somebody that has been an executive governor, elected for 8 years in Kaduna State, calling the president of this country an evil person. It's disappointing. It's very, very disappointing. He's a frustrated person. You can see him. He came in. He's frustrated because he wants power. At the age of 65, a 2-term governor, a former minister of FCT, still want to be in power. Even me, at the 60, I'm due for retirement to go back and sit down. Elrufai, the one power. They've been out of government 2 years. Just 2 years they are out. And we know how they hand over government to President Tinubu. Not that the economy is stable, or maybe the economy is juicy. And the only thing that maybe Aswajo has done, maybe implementing the subsidy removal. And you can't run the government without the removal of that subsidy. If not, you will not be paying salaries and so on. So even the accusation they are making today that will remove millions of money from local government, that is what they've been doing in their previous administration. He thought Obasani's administration would do that. He has been a governor. So he thought what the system they are using to remove public funds from local government accounts to fund election, he thinks Obasani administration will do the same thing. He's lying. We have so many avenues of getting source of money or getting source of financing elections. We have businessmen, we have patronage people. That's why we have contractors and so on. It's the political, democratic elected government. We have a way of running elections and we have a way of running government. We don't have to take public funds to do election. He's just lying. How can we take 700, say 30 billion naira each local government? Is disappointing. There's nothing like that, and they should bring evidence. As the Commissioner for Information said, we hand it over to the legal people to give us some legal advice. But this is not surprising. The faces I know now, you know who is Elrufai. Everybody has known him now. Everybody has known. They are frustrated. Even the so-called ADC before, most of them are past. They are in the past. Amaechi is the former governor. He's the former minister. Justice Malimi, former minister during Buhari. All of them, they are the clique of the past 2 years administration they left. What have they done to the country? What do they have on the table? Are they turning dollar to a 1 naira? We remove Aswaju. Remove Aswaju. What do you have on the table? Let them tell the Nigerian press and people what they have. The coalition they are doing, they are just frustrated people. None of them that doesn't have a political CV, and they never had value for over 30 years. And now people have come who are trying to make something, trying to put the country in shape. Look at Kaduna, we've united Kaduna. No any destruction or maybe, killing people along Abuja. There's no kidnapping. During Elrufai, they killed my daughter at NNPC Road. Everybody knows that. The state government, they even come as a stakeholder. Nobody has come to condole me. But today, there's nothing like that. There's peace in Kaduna. There's uniting. Obasani has gone to southern Kaduna. Unite the people, their elders, their pastors, their bishops. Then what else does he want? He has gotten his own time for 8 years. 8 years, and nothing. Insult, disrespect, traditional rulers, sack workers in Kaduna. Even the so-called Mohammed people are saying they say $350 million. The project is no more than $100 million. Why is the rest of the money?
Now, in as much as I do not agree with what this particular man is saying 100%, but you see that statement against Elrufai, I agree with you too. Elrufai is just a biting dog. Elrufai is just playing, has resorted to social media politics because he has lost, weight. But aside that, Elrufai is still one of the most significant politicians in the north. Let's not go into that. Elrufai still has weight, strong weight, in the north. You understand? If the coalition can also bring in Kwakwanso in their midst, then it would be something that it would be a dust to be done. Election would have been concluded before 12 noon. Before 12 noon, Tinubu and his agent would have been wiped out of Asu Rock. That is fact. Now, Rochas, waiting they call Ngige, Chris Ngige, rather, don't come out, they blast everywhere. You understand? The guy is saying a lot of things. When you're trying to get power, when you're trying to gain relevance, you go always bite everywhere. They do this, they do that, I do this, I do that. He's saying that he's not coming out to talk about what he has done, but then, if needs be, you understand, he has done much more than what Peter Obi did. There's no, Chris Ngige was a good governor according to some Anambra people. You understand? I saw some comments on the comment section. They say that yes, Chris Ngige did a lot, but Peter Obi, is a better person compared to Chris Ngige. Now listen to what he said about Peter Obi, and don't forget his statement, because after this one here, the big man himself, Amaechi, has a lot to say about INEC and Yakub Mahmoud against 2027 general election. Wike, there's been a lot of things said about these guys. 2027 general election, without electoral reform, Nigerians are having this difficulty in believing that the 2027 election is not going to be rigged just like 2023. We saw what happened in by-election. My brother, my sister, see, let me tell you, this is exactly what might happen again in 2027 if strategic steps and strategic plans are not put in place to ensure that these things are stopped. Look at the level of talks. When vote buying and talk has become a tool for a proper election in Nigeria, what do you think? I mean, those who are vying for credible, fair election will end up being at the back of the bench. You understand? Now watch the video, guys. Listen to what the big man Chris Ngige had to say, and after that we'll talk about Amaechi matter.
I put the place on good. In fact, what he was doing in Anambra was a cruise control situation. Cruise control. He was on cruise control. In education, in health, in public service reform, in everything, he was on cruise control.
You had got the ship
sailing. I had sealed everything, started the ball, and passed the ball to him, and he just put it into the net. The evaluation done on education were my years. 2004 I was governor there. 2005 I was governor there. 2006 I was governor for half of the year. That was the evaluation done. So, but I'm not going to enter any controversy. They will now say I'm like Governor Soludo, who is attacking everything Obi. I'm not attacking everything Obi. Obi did well as governor in my state because he followed my footsteps and consolidated everything I was doing. None of them, most of those things are not his original idea.
Thank you, Dr. Chris Ngige.
Health. I put up the 2 teaching hospitals on Ichagara Hospital where I did my housemanship at Amaku. It's me who did the refurbishment. I brought the containers with the materials 2 40-foot containers to equip them. They were in general hospital on Onitsha. Obi received them. They were in the handover note, my SLG, they gave them. And I chose Onitsha and I chose Amaku. I started refurbishing of Amaku before I left. But he didn't waste our money. He
put it into good use.
Yes, he put it into good use.
Well, former
so
governor,
like he left money for Obi and I left money for him too. So you should be talking about it.
Well. Still on the matter where they saw, we don't hear from the big man Chris in Gige. Then let's talk about Amaechi. Amaechi said that Rivers State election is not just election against the PDP, but election against the INEC and Mahmoud Yakubu and Wike himself. Of course, we saw that Wike is no longer in PDP. Forget the fact that Wike is playing two-party members stuff. Understand? Let's leave it. Wike is a core APC man, and let me tell you, there's just one thing Wike is not aware of. In 2027, if Tinubu returns back as the president of Nigeria, then go remove and dust and throw for backyard, because this guy called Tinubu is hungry for power and he can utilize the available means. Anyone where they're in position, anyone where we say he sees you that you're vulnerable, you have something to offer. In your vulnerability, he takes advantage of you and uses you. Look at what he did to Elrufai. Elrufai carried, Tinubu on his shoulder, projecting Tinubu, projecting Muslim tickets in 2023. And what has happened to him? After Tinubu got the power, he dusted him out. He said that maybe Elrufai doesn't have that strength again in the north, as compared to 2023 when he came out strongly. He was vibrating. He said that Tinubu is a right man for the job. He was going everywhere, blasting peterobi against the Christians. He said a lot of things that who are the Christians, that the Christian cannot do anything against it. Today, it's coming out to play politics with the minds of Nigerians. I think at this point, the Nigerians are not being very smart if they can allow Elrufai to use, to be using them by saying all these things. We know that Elrufai is anti-Christian. We know, see what happened when he be governor for Kaduna State. He has been a governor in Kaduna State. He has been a governor of FCT. And according to the big man where you listened to before, he's still hungry for power. Now, listen to what Amaechi talk. Amaechi talk say, Yakubu Mahmoud done the work with wicked take. No be today. Say this election, go easy. You understand? Watch the video, guys, and stay tuned, because after this one, we get plenty things to talk about this matter. See, obedience, stay tuned. We go discuss this issue. Watch the video first, and then we go talk about the more issues concerning the 2027 general election.
I'm not the president.
Advice.
What advice? I've spoken to everybody concerned on this issue before the election. Spoken completely. There are those of us who oppose the reappointment of Mahmoud. The person who nominated him for appointment is a member of Tinubu's camp. So what are you expecting? Success? Here in Rivers State, Mahmoud worked under Wike as executive secretary of Third Fund. So what you're having in Rivers State is that APC, SDP and others are contesting election not against PDP, against INEC, against police.
So are you saying that the situation is hopeless now?
Completely hopeless. Are you hopeful? Be honest, as a person, are you hopeful?
Welcome back again, guys. Grab your popcorn and grab your juice, because this is the bottom part of the matter where we done the yarn scene. So on this one, let's check them out strategically. Now let's talk about this issue of the coalition. Do you think, or do you agree with the fact that Soludo came out and said that the Labour Party, the ADC, and SDP self don't join for party where don't buy already? Say they are no longer in existence. They are just a group of people who are hungry for power, like the guy who tackled Elrufai rightfully said that Rotimi and Elrufai are just backing because they are hungry for power. They want to return back to position. Do you think, or do you agree with him? What are we actually looking into? These people who have projected themselves in the coalition, in the ADC, are they really out there for the interest of Nigeria? let's talk about Atiku in particular, Atiku and Elrufai. Are these two people really, particulate about Nigeria, changing the betterment of Nigeria, or are they interested like Tinubu, who said, Emilokon, it is my turn, it is my turn? Do you think this is the same thing they are saying? I don't know. If you followed closely in 2023, before the general election, Atiku said a lot of things. When he campaigned to the north, he went to the north, he said, the country is their country, that, okay, the northern should not vote the southern. Again, he campaigned against Peter against Tinubu. Yes, he said it in his campaign that the northern should not vote the southern and that the north should vote the north. You get the gist. These were the things he said. And peterobi still went as far as pulling over 2 million votes in the north. That was a big statement. And now some people are saying that peterobi, is dead in politics, that he has no influence. peterobi who has the obedience movement, and they are saying that the obedience movement are no more because they were not able to show up. You understand? They didn't, relevancy was not there in Anambra State, for instance. They couldn't deliver any particular position, in ADC and in Labour Party. peterobi, who endorsed an LDC candidate because there was no candidate for the Labour Party, did not win any position. Yes. And this has, come out. There's a lot of criticism, that has followed after that election. Of course, we know Nigerians, these are the major area they will capitalize on in, saying so many things, against someone who has, the people's, interests at heart, I should say, or who has the people's, voice. peterobi over time has become a movement. The obedient people are a movement, and now they're saying that they're no longer more. And one issue I have with us, the obedience, yes, because me say I follow be obedient full time, and I said now the issue is that some of them came out and they were like, we're not interested in the by-election. For what? Why? No, we shouldn't say that. We cannot come out and say that we are not interested in the by-election, or because, maybe we feel that it's not relevant. Those positions are relevant. As a matter of fact, we need those, some of those political offices occupied by either Labour Party or ADC, as the case may be. At this point in time, we don't know if the ADC is going to project peterobi as a presidential candidate, but all we know is that peterobi is going to be running as a presidential candidate of a political party come 2027. You understand? Now it was expected of the obedient to have come out in their numbers and vote. Rather, they did not. They didn't do that. Now this happened in Kaduna State and in other states, in Nigeria as a whole. ADC did not win any political office. That is what happened, and the people were not happy. The oppositions capitalized on it and were everywhere taunting the obedience and taunting Elrufai, peterobi, Atiku, and the rest, saying that these people are just, they can see that the Nigerian people are not interested in them. And come to think of it, who are the people that voted APC back into power? The majority, 70%, I mean 90% itself of the offices in the by-election that were contested for were won by the APC candidates. This is Nigeria for you. It seems that this is our cry. Don't be today. Be like say we never still learn, no, and we go learn the hard way, like very dark man go talk. So guys, what do you think? Are these politicians really after power, or they after the good of Nigerians? Yes, we need to start asking ourselves. That was how the big man Buhari came, say change. We no ask them the change way in they bring, whether now the change way go benefit Nigeria, which type of change was it bringing. That's what we landed though. Now here we did today, we are still in that change. Now this one say came with a renewed hope agenda. Wetin be the hope way will they renew? In 2026, there's a new tax law. I don't know if you guys are aware. Nigeria is getting hot day by day. They say you are not paying tax enough, and for that, then you will start to pay tax. Watch out, guys. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. What do you think about the matter when on this? So, peterobi, kudos to peterobi, because peterobi still remains the most relevant politician in Nigeria. Till date, over 2 years, 3 years, peterobi has been trending. It has been trending on daily basis. If you want to see if peterobi has influence, go out there and talk about peterobi and see the way you will get relevance over time. Just go out there and say Peter Obi is a bad leader. You go say obedience mounts their ground. You understand the matter? Well, guys, let me know your opinion in the comment section. All this matter where don't they solve? Do you agree to with say this matter so Labour Party ADC are gone, or do you think that it is what the obedience and some Nigerians are saying that they were not particularly interested in the by-election? Like in the person of Mama P go talk, say they're interested. Say wetin happen for Benin State if say na presidential election, say she herself go stand gidigba. Ora for ora, if na dagger they want, then go just the dagger am anyhow they want to am. Dead or alive, say P2B must win. Well, guys, let me not say too much. On the next video, I'm going to drop. Watch out because it's going to be a bombshell. Thank you for watching and see you all on my next video, guys.